Alright then, we are back again. Good evening for everybody who is already here. Got another two interesting races coming up. First one will be down at Sebring right here using the 1971 sports cars. And next up we'll be driving 1955 cars on a circuit I am pretty sure I've never raced on. So that's pretty interesting for me. I have done a couple of laps to prepare myself for it. Bit of an old track. The graphics are looking pretty dated. I have not really looked at any track updates that might have been here, so we are might be doing that before we get to the race itself at UKGPL. We'll also be in the middle of the break, but that will be for later. Right now we are going to drive this race at the Sebring here. So last time out didn't really go very well. In the SportsCar Mod we drove about 100 or 200 meters and we got stuck, at least we didn't get stuck, we got collected in a threesome and it ended up with a very early retirement for the three of us. And I dropped us a little bit in the standings. And with GPLRACER, consistency is very important. So we rather hope it doesn't happen again. Today we are driving the Porsche K1. I felt like it would be a good choice to go with a car that has power but also has quite good downforce levels. There are some corners here that do need them. I've not done too much preparation for this race. I did some laps earlier in the afternoon, tweaked the gears a bit and softened the dampers. So get corner a little bit quick. So we did race here before. That was during the winter series down at OAO. And back then we were driving the Ferrari 512M. Wasn't really a fast car, but we got a good result out there. We had a great fight with Michael Lowery for second place. And we ended up finally passing him on the closing stages on the race. Got a lap time on the leaderboard, but not something you should pay too much attention about yet, because these are from the outlap. They are not representative times. A couple of drivers have started the qualifying a little bit earlier than ours, but plenty of time to get some good laps in. Got slide quite a fair bit there. Going through the final corner, more gentle on the gas there. First lap to the miss at 2:30. Times are still tumbling down a bit. Might have a little benefit from Pavel in front of us. Get a little bit more speed on the straight here. But the corner is not good, and we had some pylons. That's gonna cost a bit of time. Still got a pretty decent lap out of it. Oh, missed the apex. really close to him now, but I think it's around to a point where it probably did a bit to our detriment. Really let the car slide again. And now we get too much trouble. Does feel a little bit unpredictable on the gas, so I believe a couple of changes are due, so just park it here on the straight and make some setup change. I think also they have a little more close ramp angles. A little tweak on the tire pressure would also help, I believe. Other than that, I think the car feels pretty fine to drive. Just leave it at that and just give it another shot. Check fuel, yeah, 5 laps is fine. Don't think we do too many more beyond that. Well, target time right now is at 2:27:28. Traffic is clear. We won't have much in terms of traffic, so we'll really be on our own merit. A really good corner. Puts the tire curb. Guys, a lot easier on the final turn especially. Already a big improvement. little bit too much speed for the corner there. Promising signs from the first sector alone. Tiny touch from the tire cups there. Bigger touch from the tire cups there. But all pretty decent out in through the second sector. Car is slightly more unbalanced on the darker patch of tarmac. A bit more bumpy. Looking close to the pole lap time here. Slide it through the corner. That was a big mess up if it were not for that. Actually, never mind that. We did get pole position. Or at least provisional. We've got 10 minutes of qualifying remaining, so there's room for improvement. Oh, next slide. Kept it out of the hay bales. Oh no. And again, trouble with the throttle on exit. I'm gonna give it one more try, and I think after that we'll spectate the final few minutes of qualifying. Unless somehow pole position gets stolen from us. We get a little bit of help from Piero in front of us. No, we do not. He is slowing. A little tidier now on this lap so far. But it's the bumpy part that requires the most attention. Things are looking pretty good though. Little break, late on the brakes, but we kept it steady. And we didn't improve. Okay, I can try another extra lap. Or you thought that was good enough? We hit a little bit of the tire curbs on the kink. It cost us a little bit of time. Yeah, this lap doesn't look too great. It looks things. Couple of tenths down on both sectors. A good improvement on the third one. Well, there's gotta be 226 somewhere. There we go. Not a huge improvement, but an improvement nonetheless. I think from here we'll just spectate. We have done just about enough to watch the rest of the qualifying from a live perspective. fuel up the car for 18 laps. Slightly on the fuel it because that's usually fine. Gonna have a look at who is closest to finishing a lap. That might be Xok. Currently in 9th. Does make an improvement, but not from position it seems. Maurice has not set a lap time, and I think he's just preparing for the race. We got David Cheshire, 2:31 is his best lap. Does improve to 30. He improved his position. Frank Muller in the Alpha. 3-liter Alpha. Not going to be very competitive, I think. There we got Tristan Bolt. We had a fantastic duel last week at East London. Driving the 9065 cars. It's currently going down the back straight. We're in the final corner here. Slides a fair bit, is Ferrari. What's he going to do? 227 dead. Little improvement, but not for position. He's going for another lap here. There's Uli Hofman. Last lap was an improvement to a 228. See if we can do it better. He does by a little over 2/10. No improvement to the position, however. I'm gonna leave the clock running. And drivers are making their are finishing the final laps. I'm gonna take a quick leak before the race, and I'll be seeing you guys in a little bit. Alright, how many drivers are left? Pretty much everyone has crossed the finish line now. No changes from position from the looks of things. We are still pole position. So Uli still has a go for a battle lap. Let's see what he's going to do. Not an improvement. Oh yes, he does improve, but not for position. Came just short of the time of Piero. Double check here. Everything is fine. Alright guys, we are ready to race. Thank you, DJ Pilo. Yeah, Sebring, I think it's a pretty fun track. I mean, the bumps are not very nice, but it has some fun corners. I'm not gonna say too much else about it, you know. As you may have seen in the community notes, I am making a little... I have a little idea for a long video, but it's gonna take some time to get it prepared. But we are now here to race. The flagman raises his flag and drops it. And we are racing at Sebring. We had a bad start. Tristan has gone ahead of us. We got Uli next to us. It's a little bit of dirt. Uli goes wide, so do I. I'm gonna stay in position here for first couple of corners. I am surrounded by Penske Ferraris. Clearly the big favorite choice. Went through the hairpin. Chicane. Uli as well had a very good start. He jumped from 4th to 2nd place. Piero lost one. But he's following not too far behind. Cars are just bouncing around the airfield. Tristan is weaving a bit on straight, trying to break the toe. And we got one lap out of the way now. We lost 2 positions at the start. Not very good, but we still have many laps ahead of us. Ferraris are using a lot of the track here. I'm not always quite sure if it's really the beneficiary. Might even make a move on Uli here at the end of the straight. Just taking a bit of the middle of the track. We take the inside. So there's no space between us. We're in a touch deep, but we make the move stick. Good enough. It's one place retrieved. And let's get it on to Tristan. Someone's left the track. Feel a little bit of a frame loss. We've seen a green flag, so something has happened behind us. Haven't had much time to look. Not sure who it was. We are catching up to Tristan, that's a good thing. Oh, shot the corner. I didn't think I was going to make it there, so... I had to take an escape route. Luckily there's plenty of runoff on this track. I don't think that Uli is keeping up with us. It's gonna be a two-way fight. Well, I noticed that Piero has dropped to 5th. Overtaken by Patrick, who I don't think he had the best of qualifying himself, but they now have a battle of their own. Lots of drivers have a bit of trouble figuring out how to set up the cars. There's been a bit of the talk in chat about it. Now Piero is gone entirely. I no longer see him in the top 6. Well, there are 3 drivers now that have departed the race early due to retirement. Slight knock on the tire cup there on the entry, but I think it did help us with the exit. Really close behind Tristan. We'll make sure we brake on time and don't hit the back of him. He might have a chance at the final corner here. Go side by side. Overshot the corner a little bit there. Oh, we're hitting the corners. We kept each other alive, no contact. We'll take a little bit of grass. Bit of oversteer from Tristan. Happy tail coming out of the corner. On the inside here. I really tuck immediately in his tubes there. I noticed when I stay out of it for just a little bit, he's able to run away on the straight a little bit. Create himself a little bit of a gap. Stay right behind him, it should be good. Maybe a little too far away for an attack here. I'm not gonna dive on him. Especially with how unpredictable these cars are and the bumpy tarmac. But there's also going to be a little bit of decider who is going to lead between the two of us after the race. Because as it currently stands, we are both having one win each and one retirement. And that puts us both on 41 points. And there are still quite a few drivers ahead of us who have managed to finish both races. We're playing catch up to these guys. I think Tucson may have unlocked a little bit of speed here. The pace is going up a little bit. I must say, through the hairpin, it looks like the traction of the Ferrari is actually phenomenal. Alright, we're closing in on him again. So we can make something work. A good run on him. Taking the inside. both braking very late. But we got through, back in the lead. Oh, he's going to get back at me. Inside of the corner. Yeah, I suppose it's pretty easy to really get back and forth around the airfield bit. I've never really seen that in the times that I've raced around the circuit, so it's a pretty interesting dynamic to work with. So, yeah, gotta work on my defenses there if I overtake him over there. A lot of rotation from the rear there. In the hairpin. I thought it was weaving, but it was actually having a little bit of a happy tilt. Slips you now. Let's try to put it in first. It does help a bit with the acceleration. I think Tristan got a little caught out that I shut the door on him. Give ourselves a tiny bit of a gap to him. Wonder if he's going to hang on. It's a bit too much on the inside. Hello Kaio, how are you doing? Not much to do. Yeah, I don't think you can make a very good tune out of my name. Being Tristan a little late on the brakes there. Meanwhile, and a little bit early on the throttle. It is keeping up. I get it now. Have you started with CE yet, or do you still need to wait for that? Oh, he looked very late on the brakes there. Little match. Looked like David had a moment. Going through the hairpin. He's no longer in the race, it seems. I think Uli is actually catching up. Last lap the gap was 9 seconds, now it's 8.5. Lap I don't think also was very great in terms of lap time. Well, we do keep battling it out, it will cost us time, that's pretty logical. Making a little bit too much on the inside there, but no spin out. Very nice. Really close by me now. Both just lose the momentum in the long corner. Alright, just 6 laps left in the race. Completely missed out that we are actually well over the halfway point now. Didn't really think about long tracks, going a little bit back to that earlier, you know. Somehow it feels like if there are less laps in a race, that it creates a bit of an illusion that the races are also shorter, though that isn't necessarily true. A bit like saying, oh, you know, driving Nürburgring it's only 15 laps. Yeah, but laps are 8 minutes long. Right here it's, yeah, no, a little bit on the shorter scale. Like there are not that many laps, but yeah, one lap time is about 2.5 seconds. That's true, I believe it's like, I'm not really sure, I think it's about 8.5 kilometers long. This version, I mean. Tristan is taking it on the inside. Whoa. I'm breaking myself a bit there just to make sure we get through it safely. And he's back in the lead again. He's got a bit wide there. A little peak, but he's just a very late breaker. Oh, he's taking the chicane wrong there. Slight touch on the tire curves on the inside, but held it together. There was no way for me to take advantage of it because it's a very narrow path. Bit wide. Oh, bad exit. Well, there was a chance to get him there, but not gonna work when your exit is not good. We got a better exit this time though. Not side by side. Oh, he has better acceleration though. On the inside. Let's get some traction going. Alright, side by side again. Making it a little bit difficult. And then again, it wasn't really worth it if you're on the outside. Alright, let's see if we can outbrake him here. Well, it was slow cornering speed, but we got first again. Just seeing him a corner on night that Uli's only 7 seconds behind now. Maybe a late race charge from him. Got Tristan on the inside now. He's very good with the brakes, has to be said. Alright, we've got 3 laps remaining. Uli also got a little closer again, almost gained a second on us. May or may not be enough. Little happy tail from the Ferrari of Tristan. Try it again. He's better at braking this time. Attack behind him. We're getting a back marker in front of us, about 200 yards in front. See how he's going to mix it in. He's giving us the room to get by, no problems there. An ultimate lap though. Really not gaining much that lap. Oh, Tristan going wide. It's a good exit. He's taking the middle of the track. Nah, I don't think it's worth it to try it here. We'll let it know it was possible. May have been a bit to go first there. Get a little more rest there, but... "15 viewers, I think that's a new personal peak for me. It's not a big number, but I'm happy that anyone is watching these. So, welcome everyone. Alright, final lap. It's gotta count here. Little snuff on the inside. And he goes wide. Imagine he must be feeling some pressure. Give it a little bit more on the traction, the exit of the corner. I fear he's pulling away. Oh, that's a big tank slapper from Tristan. Well, we're gonna weave a bit on the straight here. That's a big gift we got. It's on the exit. Pretty decent. I think we might have him covered now. He's pulling in. Oh, he's late on the brakes again. Switcheroo! Oh, come on. We just about got him. Woo! Oh, he tried it. He definitely tried it on the final corner there, but... oh, we just about made the switchback work. Oh, man. Oh, man. That was good. Alright. Let's park it here. I want to see the replay of the final bit. Alright. Don't show the pit lane. There we go. Big screen. Here we go. There's the breaking point. Oh, it's going very deep. Don't stop playing. Oh, I just about gave him enough room there too. Ah, that's fantastic racing, guys. can't see. Oh, wait. I know what happened. It's also on one of those buttons for display capture on OBS. Alright, you should see it now. Here we go, we just about avoided the touch. Alright. Well, that was a fantastic race, guys. Tracy gave a final effort, but in the end, it just about didn't make it work out. So, yeah, that's a very good first half of the evening here. Yeah, a little spin indeed. That's the tail that went down at the top right corner there. Anyway, that will do it for the first half. I'll be taking a little bit of a break. I'm gonna look for track updates for Croft, which is the next race we are going to be driving with the 9055 car. And hopefully we're gonna get a little bit of a nice picture. And yeah, I do hope you also join in for maybe qualifying, but especially the race. I do notice these numbers. I noticed that the most of you arrive at 9 o'clock to watch the race. I mean, qualifying is pretty boring, of course. Anyway, we'll be seeing you in a little bit. And we are back. As in the words of the legendary Ted Mead. Only now we are here at Croft Circuit. Doing Grubby Legends stuff. Where we are driving the Connaught Type B. Oh, yeah. I thought it would make sense with a British tag that we're also taking a British car. Pretty technical circuit, so it doesn't really miss the power all that much. But I don't think it's a memo that comes across all of the fellow competitors out in Australia, so we'll have to see. We at least noticed one Gordini out there, so... worth taking note. With Olen right behind me, but he's too far in my mirrors to identify what car he is driving. I had noticed some upgrades for this track. So I did install them. But only now I just figure out that I got track updates for the different layout of Croft we are using. So in the end I am not using any upgrades at all. If there were upgrades. So they're like different layouts of Croft you can drive. This is like an old one. I think this is like the either the Club Circuit or the 1967 layout. And updates I got was for the reopened circuit, which came out, which is a rendition of the 2001 track, which got extended a bit. So yeah, I made a little bit of a mistake there, but I think it will still work in the end. I mean, the graphics are not the most important thing, it's of course the racing itself. Current target is the 117.5 set by Pete Bennett. There's chicane here. Ooh. Hit the inside for a little moment. Those resemble quite a lot of the Goodwood chicane. Oh, there's a Gordini. I think he may have gone accidentally in reverse or something. That was a bit of a strange accident. Right. Been noticing quite a lot of Gordinis out here. Because the people thought this will be a pretty good track to cash in on a few tokens for the specific championship. Oh, there is another. I think that was a Venwall. That's a Gordini. As you may have saw, you do not want to end up on tarmac here on the left. will knock your car off balance. I hope my car is still okay to do laps. I took a little bit of a hit on the accident there. More Gordinis are invading the track. Well, Van Mal is stopping. Taking this corner way too quickly. Not quite having a good handle on this track yet. Almost was going into that straw bill again. Sliding the frame through the chicane. Low corner this one. Not get in the way, please. Big slide. A fair bit of speed through the left kink there. Well, missing the corner. Looking at just a bit of escape route here. Not really. Really tight, man. You have to navigate in case you miss the corner. I just played too high and speak, maybe. Not really doing a great job communicating with the Gordini there. Okay, so take this corner a little bit slower than you did before. Oh, that's better. It was in a Ferrari, saw something in red. Again, there are a lot of cars that are in red at the 55 mod. Also Lancias and Maseratis. So then again, Maseratis are like every color from the rainbow. If you look at how many skins there are. Catch a little bit of grass there. Towards my approach through the chicane. Lap times are coming, but they're still not good enough. Even in like ideal times to snatch pole position from Evil. Still a couple of tenths that I need to find. And just get a good lap string together without mistakes. Like this. Can hear the noise from a Ferrari engine behind me. In this corner in first gear, I think that might help a bit. Someone's joining the group or leaving it, and it got my line all wrong. Let's see, Evil passing by. Also driving a British team. Though I have to be honest, I can still not quite tell the Van Wall and the Connaught apart. Even though this mod has been around for like 8 years now? Yeah. We have been quite a long time with the 55 mod now. Didn't really think about it until now. Well, let's try and get a spotless lap in now. Alright, felt good about that one. See what brings us 117.18. Still not quite pole. Just a tenth of the lap time of Pete Bennett. Well, how was this one? Not an improvement by a long shot. I want to brake too hard around this track because I can see my brake light machine on the dashboard is turning red at sometimes, so it's gonna take a bit of a part in this race. Little bit of brake management. Felt it there, a little less brake. Well, hit the inside wall there. Just a bit too much on the inside. Yeah, that lap felt pretty good, I guess, but only the first sector was not really good. Anyway, I lost a couple of tires, so I think we need to escape the vehicle. Got a little scout at the competition here. De Villiers in a Connaught, Bordini, Vanwell, I believe. Yeah, it's Vanwell. That's also Vanwell, Bordini. Not many guys are on track right now, but we can also look from the entry list here. There's only one Ferrari, and the rest is like, yeah, Gordini, Connaught, Vanwell. That's it, really. So, yeah, lots of drivers taking the cheap cars out here. I haven't really counted how many laps I did. 11. And it said about 12. Well, we did drive 11.5 laps, so I guess that checks out. Further than that, I don't think we need to do anything. As I said, everything's fine. We might be able to pump up the tires just to get into the 40 psi. That's like the optimum, the optimal tire pressure for these tires. We're gonna reduce the fuel tank for just 2 gallons of fuel. Don't have that much time left in the qualifying anyway, so there we go. Ooh. Well, a Venmo appearing out of nowhere. Or Connaught, I don't know. No traffic. There is someone coming near. Coming through? No. Just go at our own pace. That's right. Alright, final bit of qualifying. Let's see if we can snatch Bob from Pete. Oversteer. Through the S's. Not quite got the exit there, but I think first sector was decent at least. Oh, lots of slide. Cost us a bit of time. Well, I was going too much on the inside there, but kept it going. Might be something in it here though. There is an improvement, but not enough. Oh, bit of calamity in turn 1. You don't get too bothered by it. Right, better exit there. Fair bit of timing, first sector. Narrowly better than my first one. Flip the inside. And we got maybe one more lap, hopefully 2. Pretty aggressive there. Was a good first second sector. Hitting around the edge. Almost lost it. This is looking quite good. And you bottle it. Maybe not. Tell me I did it. Come on! I'm not getting it. I don't have enough fuel to, you know, give it another go. Because I'm losing about 0.3 gallons per lap. And by the time we come at the end of the lap, we'll be running with an engine that is like sputtering and not delivering the power that I need. So it ends there with just 400 away from pole. Right, so I think that the race is going to be a bit tricky because now the Ferrari is on pole position and, well, it obviously has a lot more power than a Connaught does. We're gonna have to figure out how we are going to overtake this guy. Let's first just make sure we got enough fuel. None of your drivers are completing the laps. Maybe Evil is doing a fast lap. Gonna follow him. Is he going to steal P2 from me? It's a lot of slide. That's what you want to do with these cars. Ah, no, he's ending his run there, so this is qualifying done. P2. Make one change. I'm gonna make first gear just a touch higher. I think it might help a little bit with the exit for the chicane and tower bend. Alright. Start sequence is activated. In last messages. Is everyone saving tokens here? Yeah, pretty much. People want to collect so they can drive the faster cars in later races. They want to drive in Lancias, they want to drive in Mercedes. Better chances of winning. Green flag up. And on our way we are. Oh, my gear is a bit tall for the start. The van wall of evil is passing me as we head into turn 1. Starts have been subpar today. We've already shown we can make it up in a race. Pete and Evil going side by side. Evil actually taking the lead now. Almost hit the back of the Ferrari there. Thinks that there's the 625. Because they have a big tailpipe on the side of the car. Right, Pete is... I don't know if Pete is actually keeping up, but I think that Evil has more pace right now than he does. Despite the car advantage. Oh, look how wide they go. There's no place to overtake here, so I'll have to stick behind him. Find a way past. Pretty sloppy. Want to go on the inside, but the Connaught does not have the power. Oh! Pete spins. Takes too much of the inside. I think he's okay though. No, nobody collected him. Well, overcooked the corner, but we kept it on the circuit. No need to take the runoff. Let's see if we can keep up with the van wall of evil. That's all fours off the track. Nice slide. Oh, Evil's overcooked it. Oh, I almost did it myself. Evil's dropped a lot of places. He's Trying to see if he's still in a race. It might be that they've collected some people. No, he's still going. He's dropped to P8 now, so that's a pretty hurtful mistake. Almost dipped there into the somewhere where I do not want to dip it. A healthy lead now of 6.5 seconds. Oh, now I'm doing it myself. Going spinning. Well, all three leaders have spun up out of the race now, and what does that? Well, at least Pete and I are together now. Evil has a bit more catching up to do, but he has gone up to 6 now. And the question is, can the Ferrari keep up with the disc brakes? Well, they're just turning around. The British cars, I believe, had the drum brakes, which are a bit better than disc brakes that the older cars have. Better braking performance and less wear. A bit wide. Heavy car, more fuel. Green flag, something happened behind us. I think Pete is not keeping up. Oh, that's very fast. Ferrari is still just a bit in my mirrors. Not keeping up so far. Just trying to check what Evil is doing right now. I think he has a bit of trouble getting through the pack right now. Missed the corner for a little bit. He's now in 7th. Must have had another moment. A little earlier it was like 9-10 seconds or something. A bit much slide there. We're already running into some back markers though. Them going rather slowly. There's another green flag, so something happened. A little further down the line. Whatever it may be. Bang me through, no problem. And a big slide again. And that's back marker 2. Oh, we were a bit deep there, but still okay. Pete didn't have as much luck with the back markers. Fair bit to me. think one of the drivers had a bit of misfortune down in the chicane there. Whoa! Yep, I took a little too much speed there. I think the car is okay though. Clipped a little bit of the grass there, but kept the momentum going. The Evil is now in P4. There's some clear track ahead of him, I think. See how well he's doing in the van wall. Again, taking a bit much speed there. Have to be a little more careful. Let's see, his last lap time was 16 and a half, or the gap I should say. No, it's 17. Okay, so it did lost out by about 7-8 tenths. Too much. Kept the car from spinning. Let the gas again, but not much going on. Well, no, definitely overcooked it this time. The escape route. Pete is right next to me now. Also, Evil's back in P3. Well, this space will be no, yes. He's actually back in P4 now. Patrick has gone by him somewhere. Can't tell what happened. Take care of the Gordini here. Going around the outside. And I think there's been another victim in Cliff Loins. Oh. There, I took it with too much speed again. A little sloppy here in the second race. Oh, we're at least over the halfway mark now. Feel really comfortable right now in my seat. I think something happened to Pete. Suddenly he's a little further away. Oh, come on. White flag meaning we got a slow moving vehicle somewhere. It's a third gear turn. With the back markers here. Taking the chicane gently. Little slide, brake went well into the yellow there. Matt is letting us through, no problem there. Same goes for Pete. Alright, 10 laps left. On the impression that Cliff Loins is actually driving just very, very slowly. May have some trouble with the engine or just a pretty beat up car at this point. There's some traffic approaching. I think I'm counting 4 cars there in front. Gradini is right at the chicane. I could go, this is faster. No, it's not at all faster. No idea what I was trying there. So all land going slowly. May have lost the wheel. Misjudged the chicane a bit. Right, we should have lost some of the traffic now. Let's see if we can have a bit of fun with Pete this late in the race. Well, I was almost going over the edge again. Whoa, yeah, I'm quite tired. You know, long day. Kinda eager to go to bed, really, but we still have a few laps to go. So we're gonna try my best if we can catch up with Pete though. Gonna be a bit faster now last few laps, so... There's some Gordinis in the way. Could be good for me. But you almost want to get back online. Right, 2 more laps. Thor is way better at the straight line. Quite obviously. Is going a bit wide there, so did I. I followed him there. Well, it's gonna take something if I want to get by the final half lap we got in this race. Oh no! And I bottled it for myself. No, too much on the outside, simply was that. Right, a bit of a throwaway race this from myself, but by then I wasn't really taking it really too serious anymore. I no, just very tired, and feels like this race was just, you know, a good bit of fun. Bit low stakes, but really nothing more than that. Alright. The final results then. P. Bennett winning in his Ferrari. Evil finishing third. We got Patrick somewhere. Policardi also finishing on the lead lap. Alright, session complete. Well, there we go. I think Bahrain actually finished in the red. He's been lapped 4 times, but won't really matter for him too much. He will still score points, as does Alain Maurice, despite retiring. Alright, with that I'm going to end the stream as well. Thank you all for watching. This Saturday will be in the next OAO race. Will be driven at Adelaide on street circuit. And after that we'll be seeing you next Tuesday as always with more 1965 and 1966 action. So I hope I will be seeing you then. Thank you all for watching again, and I'll be seeing you the next time.